Going on to all of my Scorpios. So um watch the content to the end, please, because a lot of times, people don't really necessarily know that I post up. I actually put a lot of it's information all the way through, including at the end. Some real useful information that a lot of people could use, right? So um all right, so you have the Eight of Cups, you have the Sun, the Six of Pentacles, the Death. Then you have the Ace of Wands, and you have the Two of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and last but not least, the King of Swords. So what I'm seeing here for you Scorpios, right? Well, the Death card does represent Scorpio, so you did most definitely show up in your own reading, right? It's hard to miss Scorpio anyway. So the Eight of Cups, right? The Eight of Cups, the Sun, and the Six of Pentacles. Scorpio is the eighth zodiac sign, so a lot of your influence on this. So the Eight of Cups is about ultimately you kind of getting real with yourselves about a couple of things, right? And some of the things that you're starting to get real about yourselves is the Sun card, understanding that you've been essentially burdening yourself or weighing yourself down with these false ideas, right? These false ideologies about who it is that you think you are. And what I mean by that is you think that you got to do this in a relationship. You think you got to do that. You got to do this. You got to do whatever. When in actuality, you should really be having fun with your life right now. You should really be enjoying it, right? Like a lot of the times why it is that people can't necessarily have fun or they don't have fun is because they don't know how to figure out the answers to certain problems in their life. And as a result of this, this is a situation where, because of the fact that they can't figure out certain situations in their life, what happens? Well, what happens is that people end up essentially becoming bitter to that. But then you have the sun, right? And then the thing is that the sun card represents how you, the sun card essentially represents how there's a need for you to learn to let go, right? Because remember, Leo, right? The sun is ruled by Leo, and Leo represents fun, frolicking. I mean, look at the people who are in the garden, fun, frolicking. But this is actually a card in this tarot deck. This happens to be a card of burden, because remember, with each tarot deck, they're slightly different. So you have to read accordingly to, yes, the meaning, but also you have to tie it into the deck of itself. So you have to learn to adapt. And in this deck, the sun represents a certain level of burden that you have to learn to let go of, especially in this reading. The Six of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles represents this being a situation for you now where you have to take into consideration that what it is that you've got going on is the Six of Pentacles is a tarot card of just kind of like balance. So it represents how, yes, a lot of people do owe you apologies. A lot of people did play a lot of games and do a lot of stuff to you, Scorpios, but you have to learn to get over that, right? Because you got to be able to make a decision one way or the other. Although the Six of Pentacles is it represents it represents people owing you an apology or owing you some money or things in your life financially, or maybe even relationally, starting to balance itself out. That's the situation though. There's a need for some sort of decision, because sometimes, right, things being even represents a stalemate, or there's nothing essentially moving, because and that's what it is that Libra represents. Libra represents, if you look for that total balance, then you're not going to have growth, because everything is stalemated. Everything is equal. So the Six of Pentacles represents there's a need for you to ultimately come to some sort of decision here. And the death card represents you do eventually come to a very strong, powerful, scorpionic decision. You decide to essentially free yourselves from certain a certain idea or a certain thought process. And that's very good because this shows that a lot of you Scorpios are starting to free yourselves up from certain ideas now that we're coming into the new year of 2023, which you should really always be doing, right? Getting rid of ideas and getting rid of philosophies, getting rid of the ways that you move and the ways that you think based upon understanding if they are based in reality or not, right? Like a lot of times people base their whole reality on morality. And like a lot of times people don't ever really question those certain things, right? Like for instance, why is it that you Scorpios felt like you got to do this and you got to do all this and you got to do all that in a relationship when yeah, do your part, but at the same time, if you feel like a person is trying to scapegoat you and they're doing that, then obviously it's time for you to leave. The Ace of Wands represents this person, like just people trying to give you BS. And I just see a lot of you Scorpios stepping into this new year and beyond, right? Beyond 2023, 2024, going, you know what I mean? Beyond that, really having a different mentality because the Ace of Wands is about, again, these people bringing smoke to you, these people bringing some sort of issue to you, and you Scorpios being like, nah, you good. It is what it is, for them. Like if people are going to overly complicate your life, I just see how a lot of these Scorpios are not really with all of that. So the things that the Two of Pentacles, okay, the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords represents this is how it is that they have to show up. They have to show up ready and willing to really date and be keep things cool. Don't create all of this unnecessary problems for no reason just because they want to bring unnecessary problems to see if you'll solve it or ultimately bringing those problems don't necessarily actually advance the relationship. They're doing it because they're overly emotional, and this is what it is that you Scorpios, the type of relationship that you want. You Scorpios want. Let me specify. You Scorpios want to hang out and be with somebody that's chill, that doesn't have all this BS or all this drama going on, because a lot of you a lot of you Scorpios ultimately understand that, you know, um, it's not, it's not about all that because it wastes time. You know what I mean? The Queen of Wands represents, and like I said, you don't want difficulties. Yes, difficulties will come about, but they'll come about naturally. Whenever it is that you're hanging out with somebody and they got all these calamities going on constantly, there's always a constant calamity going on. Nothing in their life is good. They have nothing working for them. They always just don't have anything working for them. You know that they are the people that is orchestrating it, and they're looking for a savior to come on in and to save them from these things. And a lot of and you. Mm-mm, you Scorpios don't do that because the Three of Pentacles and the King of Swords represents this being a situation for you where um, you want people who are considerate. You want people who think about you as well as themselves. You want people who have some sort of self-love and care and self-respect. And I don't blame you, Scorpios, because you Scorpios are right and correct. So um, you should want somebody that cares for themselves and cares about you. That's what it is that you should want. So uh, let me see. Um what card am okay, let's clarify the death card. Let's clarify the Scorpio card. Why not? You have the Ten of Cups, the moon, the justice, and the nine of swords. So I'm speaking to so many people right now. Y'all don't even know. Anyway, so the ten of cups represents, right? The ten of cups and the moon represents, to clarify, I said Scorpio, but yeah, the death card is Scorpio though. So to clarify, the death card for you Scorpios, right? To help you understand your disposition better, the ten of cups and the moon represents, yeah, a lot of things that need some changing, a lot of just anything that isn't working in your life based upon dysfunctionality, you Scorpios are learning to get rid of. And it's not that you couldn't get rid of it. It's just that Scorpio, y'all are water signs. So for y'all, it may end up being a little bit more difficult because y'all are a water sign, which is sentimental, right? And then y'all are fixed water signs, which will make you even more sentimental, hold on to things even more, right? Have a propensity or an inclination or a tendency to hold on to things even more because you're trying to hold on, right? The fixity of the focus of it. But the justice, right? The justice in the nine of swords represents, but you owe it to yourself to have a certain level of self-respect and self-love and let go of anybody coming into the new year, like I was talking about, who's on some BS. So a lot of you Scorpios right now should really be letting go of the fake people who are around you, wasting your time. Let's clarify the excuse me. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Strength, the Eight of Wands, the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles for this person, because it represents this person in this reading. So the Queen of Pentacles is what? Queen of Pentacles is again, they want you want someone to be caring, paying attention to the details, right? That's what it is that you want. The Strength and the Eight of Wands. You don't want somebody who is stuck up, caught up in their ego, you know, trying to play strong, just doesn't, you know what I mean? Just play, you know what I'm saying? Just plays the game. You don't want someone who does that type of stuff because ultimately playing the game is really a lost cause. It's really a waste of time. It really is. Because when you really think about it, the idea of, real quick, the idea of you know that you like somebody, but you're gonna tell somebody that you're not into them, then any kind of self-respecting person who understands their value, is gonna be like, oh, okay, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Either eventually or immediately. Now you upset, right? Now the person is upset, but you told the person no. So why are you getting upset that the person's like, okay, cool, and going about their business? You can't tell. See when people are into you, you can't say, nah, I'm not gonna really rock with you, and then expect them to really be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna continue to persist. Anybody who has self-respect is gonna be like, nah, I gotta bounce. So then you have the Two of Pentacles, right? And the Two of Pentacles is, like I said, you want the both of you to have importance. You want the both of you to be in a real relationship where it's like, but you're not really seeing that because a lot of people, like I said, they like to play the game. So let's clarify the uh the Three of Pentacles. And then after that, we'll clarify the King of Swords, and let's get out of here. Remember, watch this video to the end. Watch the full video because I'm about to release some good information. By the way, if this reading is resonating with you, please make sure to check out my website, purchase any one of my readings, any one of my services, which are on my website. The link to my website is in the comment section below, as well as my Instagram page, which you can follow me or contact me for any one of my services, as well as the link to my books, which are on Amazon.com. Really appreciate it. Come through. I'm available to do readings today. So the Three of Pentacles, to clarify the Three of Pentacles, you have the Temperance, you have the King of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and last but not least, you have the Five of Wands. Okay, so I don't really need to clarify the King of Swords. I'm finna get up on out of here after this. So the Temperance and the King of Pentacles represents, this is a whole new level of enlightenment for you Scorpios stepping in, because a lot of you Scorpios are going from, you know, potentially the spider to the scorpion, right? Or maybe even the scorpion to the eagle, right? Because a lot of you Scorpios have way too much stuff that's supposed to be happening to you that you want to happen to you, to continue to sting people, stuff like this. Because one thing, because I hung around Scorpios my whole life, had Scorpio friends, had Scorpio romantic loved ones, all of that type of stuff. The sting, I'm telling you from personal experience, I've seen it my whole life. My uncle is a Scorpio. I've seen it my whole life. The sting ain't worth it. Most of the times, the sting is not worth it, because the amount of lengths, and I'm starting to see that you Scorpios are understanding this. Good, because whenever it is that people want to play games with you, I'm just seeing how a lot of these Scorpios are just going to go about your business and not even waste your time, which is good, because like I keep saying, the sting is not really worth it. And the reason why I'm saying that the sting is not worth it is because you may end up going through all this amount of time doing this to try to get at this person, all this type of setting up and putting up, you know, setting traps and all this other type of stuff. But at the same time, it doesn't lead to anything benevolent or something that can benefit you. So the Four of Swords and the Five of Wands is just, you know, it's a time out for all the confrontation. Four of Swords, relaxing. It's a time out for all the confrontation, all of the unnecessary confrontation that, you know, people want to bring to the table because, you know, they want to be dysfunctional and all of that. A lot of these Scorpios are not down with it anymore, right? If a person can't be cool, calm, collected with y'all, you know, and evolve as time goes by, and be a team and face difficulties and adversity and the good times together, a lot of you Scorpios ain't really going for it. So some of the information that I wanted to put out here, because I wanted to help y'all, right? And anyone who's watching this, is some of the books that you want to go ahead and get to help you become financially successful is, you want to get Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, which will teach you about money and how money works, and how to start investing and what to look out for. Another book that you want to get is The Richest Man in Babylon. That's very good. The Richest Man in Babylon. It shows you how to save money, and it kind of gives you an even better idea of what to do with cash when you get it in your hand. And the last one of the other books that I want to talk about before I end the video is, you also want to learn how to do taxes, because taxes is very important, and taxes pretty much makes or breaks a person. So pick up Tax-Free Wealth by Tom Wheelwright, which will show you how to create legally that tax-free wealth and all of that if you run a business. But comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm actually trying to make my channel grow to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June 2023. And it's near when you think about it. But I really appreciate all the subscribers anyway. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Peace.